So this is technically episode 51, but due to my getting this product later than I did for filming the other episodes, it is out of order. So that is the challenge of trying to number my YouTube videos, and we'll see in the future if I stick with numbers or not. So let's get started with today's episode. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am showing you what is in the February Hip Kit Club scrapbooking kit for the month. I like to give you a reveal of what's in the kit, and then at the end I like to show you not a process video, but just some examples of at least 2 projects that I've done with the kit, and that way you have a full idea of if you would like to purchase this kit. Now, sometimes these kits are still available and sometimes they're sold out. I did go and take a peek, and as of the time of this voiceover, the main kit is still available, but all the add-ons are sold out. So I did purchase in this kit the main kit, the extra paper pack, and the cardstock pack. So like I said, the main kit is available, but the extra paper and the cardstock are currently sold out. But if you like this kit, go run over and try and grab it before the main kit sells out as well. So we'll start off with taking a look at the cardstock. This month there is a mixture of smooth cardstock and textured, and that first green one is a smooth cardstock, and it's called Apple Crush. And with Hip Kit Club, when you order the cardstock pack, you usually get 2 sheets of everything. So you'll see, well, a lot of it looks like 1 sheet. It's actually 2. And this second sheet here is called Ocean Breeze. And I believe, yes, that one is a smooth one as well. And then the third cardstock we've got is called Chiffon. And again, these are all basil. And the chiffon is a textured. You can see me kind of trying to tip it to the camera to show you, but it's not showing up very well. And then we just have a white cardstock. And then this first pink one is called Petal Soft. And if you're looking for these cardstocks, if you like the colors, then you can, shop at your favorite online shop, even though they're sold out here. That's why I like to give you the names of them. And then this deeper pink is called Petunia. And then this purple one is another smooth cardstock, and that one is called Sour Grape. So those are the cardstocks for the month, and we'll move on to the pattern papers. Now in the main kit you get 1 sheet of each of the pattern papers, and then I buy the pattern paper add-on, which gives you 1 more sheet of each. So I have a total of 2 sheets. So here we've got Heidi Swapp Art Walk, and this one's called Sea to Sky. And you can see that it's very kind of distressed and watercolory. And this side actually has a bit of kind of vintage texture going on to it, whereas the other side is just a watercolor look, and it's got mixing the greens and the blues. And so that is a look at the Art Walk paper. And let's see, up next we have pink paisley. And this is from the Paige Evans Bloom Street collection, and we've got a mixture of Bloom Street and then a Pink Fresh Studio Noteworthy collection. And so these first few papers are all going to be from Bloom Street. And I like to give you a look at the front and back. And I actually really like this Bloom Street collection for some of the papers that are in here, and we'll kind of get to those in a moment. So this is paper 24. And that previous one, as you can see in the video, was paper 12. And this one is little hearts on a pink background and the hearts actually have some rainbow effect to them. Now this paper and some of the other papers in this kit have these wonderful shades of color to them, which I really like. And then here's paper 19. There's just kind of a plaid on the back. And then these are raindrops, again with those gradations of color. Now, I've got some of this paper from a Scrapbook and Cards Today kit, which if you want to go see that video, you can see. Luckily, I think I got slightly different papers in each kit, so that makes it really nice. And I love these colors. And so that one was paper 22. And so we're going to move on to the Pink Fresh Studio collection. And again, this one's called Noteworthy. And this first one is called Happy Thoughts. And I really like this side of the paper. I really like geometrics with some soft detail to them that kind of tones down the geometric a little bit. The other side, as you can see, is a bold yellow check. Probably won't use that bold yellow check. Yellow's not a big color that I use. And so I'll probably stick with that first geometric side. And here's the next one. This one's called Positive Mindset. And as you can see, this side has a bunch of phrases, including the phrase positive mindset. And so some of those phrases are highlighted, just like the title phrase there. And so I can imagine cutting this one apart and using it as, embellishments, but we'll see how it goes. Now this next paper is called Just Be You, and I know bicycles have kind of been a popular motif for quite some time now, and I just have never figured out what to do with all the bicycles. And while I think the colors in this paper are pretty, I'm a little stumped by this one. And the back side is a very subtle print, lots of pink. I can see using some of it as like little layering pieces and stuff, but that paper kind of has me puzzled a little bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. This next one is Enchanted Blooms, and I'm starting to use more and more flowers in my layouts, which I have not done in the past, so I'm looking forward to using up this one. And this side actually makes me feel really lovely because I like the subtle tone on tone, and this pink is a cooler pink, which I think I like better than other pinks. It definitely has more of a blue undertone to it, so I can see myself using that one quite well. And this final sheet here is called Right Now, and it's their cut apart sheet. So you get a lot of the motifs going on that you see in the other papers, but I like that camera going on. And there are some like home elements like the sofa and the in table kind of page. And then this backside is a blue grid, which is completely usable to me. So we'll see where I go with these papers. Now I'm going to pull out the embellishment packs next so we can take a look at those. And I've stacked them up here so that you can not be distracted by all the other things going on in the background. So the first item we have up here is Nuvo. I believe they're crystal drops. Now Nuvo makes a lot of different drop products and they have different finishes to them, and I'm very new to Nuvo, so I'm looking forward to experimenting with that. And then we have a set of sticker sheets from the Paige Evans Bloom Fresh. I feel like I'm Bloom Street. There we go. It didn't seem right to me. Bloom Street collection. And I think there's 4 sheets of stickers in this one, and they all have kind of an iridescent finish to them. And I really like some of these little critters on here, and I really appreciate having another alphabet because I like to mix and match my alphabet titles or use a small alphabet to spell out extra details to journaling and things like that. And this last sheet is kind of washi inspired, so it's got a lot of strips of stickers. So I see that set being very usable. And then this is a Pink Fresh puffy sheet, and there's just this one side to it. There's not a second sheet on the back, as you can see there when I flip it over. So I will pull it out to try and kind of reduce some of that glare that is picking up with the lighting on the plastic. So just a few frames, a couple of flowers, and there's that bicycle again. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. And then we got a little banner going on down here, which, there it is. I really like that a lot. As you can tell, I'm a fan of the gradation of colors, and I've said it before. And then this is Pink Fresh also with this Puffy Alpha set. And these alphas are really interesting because each letter has more than one color tone to it and kind of a color blocking style. And I appreciate that it has numbers in this set. So I think those will be fun to work with. I haven't used anything quite that bold in a long time, so that'll be interesting. Pink Fresh with the ephemera pack here, and I will open this up and take each piece out, and I think I'm going to speed you up through this process because this can take a little while, so let me do that. Alright, so here we go. When I pull out an ephemera pack, I like to get an overall view of kind of the types of embellishments involved, so I often will sort them out by like word elements, floral elements, general icons, tags and flags, borders, things like that. So as I pull these pieces out, I am going to, set them aside kind of into those categories. And this has a mixture of most of those types of things. And so I will just keep pulling these aside. I like those little mugs down there on the bottom, and there's some teeny tiny elements in this, like that little circle actually has a house icon on it. So there's a bit of kind of home theme going on, and then also with the florals. The bold greens in this kit are not quite what I would use, so I'm going to have to figure out how to mix those in with the, when I'm choosing my papers, I'll have to kind of choose wisely to get that green to work in there. I really like this little rainbow here. I can imagine using that. This sofa and little armchairs, I'm going to have to think about what kind of page I can get on there. But then that camera icon is totally usable to me. And then I will put these flowers to good use. So that is a look at all the embellishments in this ephemera pack. Alright, I will transition you into my projects here, and all of these projects I've made for the Layout a Day challenge over at the scraphappy.org website, and I will put links everywhere so that you can go and find out what that challenge is all about. So let's take a look at these projects and how I was inspired to make them. Each day of this challenge has a story prompt and a technique prompt, and for this day, the story prompt was inspired by the school common room in Harry Potter. And so our story was about a retreat or an escape or somewhere you like to hang out. Maybe for kids it might be a blanket fort, and then the technique was to have something hidden. So I grabbed onto that blanket idea and chose these photos of my daughter snuggling a friend of ours' baby. And I went with that for my story. And for the technique prompt, that sticker book had a lot of tiny elements in it, including these little ladybugs, and I thought those would be perfect to hide in niches all over my layout. Moving on to layout number 2 here, I actually started with this sketch. The scraphappy.org membership site offers a monthly sketch as part of the membership, and the load challenge is offered through Scrap Happy as well. Now that's included with memberships, or you can purchase the load challenge separately. Normally you don't get the sketch with the challenge, but for this particular month, Alice, who runs the group, offered our group sketch into the load challenge. So this sketch was available for our challenge, and so that is where I started with layout number 2. Now the story prompt for this month, again inspired by Harry Potter. Our whole month is kind of themed around Harry Potter, but the stories always pull up a bigger piece that you can work with. And in the Harry Potter story, Harry looks into a mirror and sees what he desires most. So our prompt actually works around, what do you desire most? And so I'm telling the story of how my daughter was obsessed with making slime, and she would ask to do slime all the time. And so I used that for the story. And for the technique prompt was to use something shiny or reflective, kind of based on the mirror. So I experimented with that Nouveau product, which was perfect for this kind of shiny, reflective prompt. And I spread drips and drops over there to represent how slimy things get in my house. And if you notice those hearts that look like enamel dots, that is actually the Nouveau Drops product as well. It's a great product for kind of replacing enamel dots so that you can create your own in whatever shapes you want. So those are my 2 layouts for this episode, and I hope you enjoyed seeing what can be done with these kits, what can be done with the load challenge. And if you're interested in any of either load or Scrap Happy or Hip Kit Club, please visit the show notes and you can find links to everything below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and get notifications for my future videos.